Hey, how's it going everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be performing and then teaching you this really awesome no setup self-working card trick that will definitely amaze all of your spectators. But before we get into it, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe with those post notifications on for more card and magic trick videos like this. And also check out the link in the description to my Amazon page, where I have a collection of all the decks I use in my videos, along with a variety of magic tricks and accessories. But now let's get straight into this performance. Okay, so I would begin this card trick by having my spectator shuffle the deck as much as they want. Once they are done, I would ask for the cards back and explain to my spectator that for this trick, we are using a full 52 card deck and we need 2 equal piles of cards. So I would tell them I'm just going to deal 26 cards in one pile, and then we'll have 26 in the other. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 26 cards in this pile, and then 26 in this one right there. So we have 2 equal piles of cards. Now, I would ask my spectator just to choose a pile. It does not matter. It's up to them. So let's say they choose this one. And I would ask them to just to cut any amount of cards from the pile they chose. So let's say my spectator cuts this amount of cards right here, and I'll tell them we're going to take the cards they cut and just place them right here off to the side. We will get to these cards later in the trick, but for now, I'm going to go to the other pile and just mix up these cards a little bit and have my spectator make a selection. So they do have a free choice of which card they want. Let's say my spectator chooses this card right here. In this case, their selection is the 6 of diamonds. Now, I would tell my spectator we're just going to first place their card right here on the top and get it lost into this pack. We're going to mix up the cards here, getting that 6 of diamonds lost into this portion of cards. And now we're going to place this pack right here on top of the others. And we have the 6 of diamonds lost in the deck, and we're going to do one more thing with the deck of cards to really mix up the order of cards that we have here. I'm going to simultaneously take the top and bottom card from the deck and just place them down on the table like this. So we are mixing up the deck this way, and I'm just going to go through the entire deck of cards here. It's not going to take too long. I'm taking the top and bottom card at the same time and just placing them down on the table, mixing up the order of cards. Now, once I am done doing this, I would tell my spectator that I have no idea where their card is in the deck. It's certainly lost somewhere in the middle, so I'm going to need some help in finding the card. And that is where the cards that my spectator cut earlier in the trick come into play. So we're going to take these cards right here, and we're going to count how many cards my spectator cut earlier in the trick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 cards. So my spectator cut 15 cards from the pile they chose earlier in the trick, and we're going to use that number 15 right now. So I'm going to take the deck of cards, and I'm going to count 15 cards from the top of the deck, and we're going to see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, guys, check out the 15th card from the top of the deck. It should be our spectator selection right here, the 6 of diamonds. So guys, that is what this card trick looks like. It's a really cool self-working effect that will definitely impress all of your spectators. So if you want to learn how to perform it, make sure you stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. This is a really great no setup beginner level card trick that is basically self-working. The card trick will work every time as long as you follow these steps correctly. So let's get straight into the tutorial. The only thing you need for this trick is a full 52 card deck. Make sure you're not missing any cards. Take out the jokers and advertisement cards and you're good to go. So once you confirm you have 52 cards in your deck, have your spectator shuffle the cards as much as they want to. Once they are done, you're going to ask for the deck back and explain to your spectator that you are using, 52 cards in your deck, and you're going to tell them that you need 2 equal piles of cards. So you're simply going to deal 26 cards into one pile, then the other pile will, have 26. So that's what you're going to tell your spectator. You're going to go ahead and deal the cards onto the table. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you have dealt 26 cards there, square up these cards. and tell your spectator, you have an even number of cards in both piles here, and you're going to tell your spectator to choose a pile. It does not matter, they can choose either one. So let's say they choose this one. You're going to tell your spectator to cut any amount of cards they want to from the pile they chose, and just place those cards off to the side. So your spectator is going to cut into this pile of cards here. So let's say they cut this amount of cards. You're going to tell them, okay, we're going to place the cards that you cut right here off to the side, and you're going to now go to the other pile, the one they did not cut from. You're going to take these cards, you're just going to shuffle them up a little bit. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it just makes it seem that the card they're going to choose is completely random. So you can give these cards some overhand shuffles, and you're going to have your spectator choose a card from this pile. They do have a completely free selection. So let's say your spectator chooses this card. So when you're performing this card trick to a spectator, you can honestly just have your spectator look at the card. It makes for a better effect at the end if you don't see it. But it's up to you guys. You can take a look at it if you want to. But for the tutorial, we'll look at it together. So in this case, we have the 2 of clubs. So after your spectator has memorized their selection, you're going to tell them we're going to lose your card here into this pile. So you can place their card right here on top of the deck. And the one thing you need to do is get their card to the bottom of this pile. So an easy way to do that is after your spectators memorize the card, place it on top and just overhand shuffle it to the bottom. So slide off their card like this and shuffle cards directly on top of it. And then you apply pressure with your 4 fingers on the card there on the bottom and just keep it there as you're doing some more overhand shuffles, making it seem like you're losing the card in this pile completely, but in reality, it stays there on the bottom. So once you have got their selection to the bottom of this pile, you're simply going to place these cards on top of the other pile right here that's on the table, not the cards that they cut. This is just the original pile you dealt. You're just going to place these cards directly on top of it, square up the cards, and you're ready to move on. It's really not too difficult. Just make sure you get their selection to the bottom of the pile they chose it from. And after you have squared up the deck, their card is lost in the middle. You're going to tell your spectator that you're going to do one more thing with the deck of cards to mix up the deck even more. And what you're doing here is simply taking off the top and bottom cards at the same time. You're going to slide them off like this, and you can just grip the deck like this with your thumb on the bottom, 4 fingers on top. It makes it easy to do this. You're simultaneously taking the top and bottom cards and just placing them on the table. Make sure these cards don't get out of order. When you're doing it, you're just going to tell your spectator you're going to go through the deck here and perform this move. It's quite easy to do. You're just mixing up the cards, but in reality, this is getting into the position to have their card appear at the correct place. And once again, guys, this is like a self-working mathematical card trick. So once you're done doing this, if you have one card left at the end, just place it right there on top. And from here, you're going to square up the deck. Once again, make sure those cards don't get out of order. You're going to tell your spectator their selection is completely lost into the deck, and you're going to need some help in finding their card. You can make the point that you did not see the card. You obviously don't know where it is. It's lost in the middle, but you're going to go to the cards they cut earlier, and you're going to count how many cards they dealt. They can even count off how many cards they dealt as well. It does not matter. You're not doing any sleight of hand here. You're just going to count off the cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So whatever number it is, you are going to count that number of cards from the top of the deck here. So in this case, we have 19. You're going to tell your spectator, remind them they could have cut any cards at the start from their pile, which is true. The number was 19. You are now going to deal 19 cards from the top of the deck, and their selection will be in that position. So, but don't tell your spectator that. Leave it to the end for it to be a surprise. Just tell them you're going to deal 19 cards and see if it helps you find their card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and boom, the 19th card is their selection right here, the 2 of clubs. Now, guys, this is the card trick. It's just a really cool self-working effect that will definitely amaze all of your spectators, and I definitely think you guys should incorporate this one into your routine. Just make sure you follow the steps correctly, rewatch any parts of the tutorial you need to in order to fully understand it, but once you, practice it one time, you run through it by yourself before you go out and perform it, this trick will work every single time. I honestly don't really know the mathematics behind it, how it works, but it's just a really cool effect that is perfect for any level magician to perform because there's really no sleight of hand involved. You just need to remember to get their card, once they memorize it, to the bottom of the pile they chose by just doing that simple overhand move, and then you're good to go from there. So that's the trick, guys. Definitely perform it to your spectators. Let me know how it goes. It's a really cool effect. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to check out the link in the description to my Amazon page. That's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Peace out.